I'm going to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird game nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here for Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man Saul Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, really time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today we are outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside with it. It's a beautiful day, but it's been a while. I haven't been live in a while, so I'm welcoming myself back. I'm welcoming myself back. But there's a lot to talk about. There's been a lot going on with the Eagles, obviously, a lot going on with this whole draft process. We're looking at some quarterbacks now. You know, obviously Jalen Hurts just went into surgery, so we're seeing how that's going to happen. Hopefully he has a successful surgery and he's good. But my question is, does that change Howie Rosemans' idea for this offseason? Does that change his plan for this offseason? Because we've seen it before, right? We've seen it before with the Eagles. Outside of the Andy Reid era with Donovan McNabb, we have not had the propensity to wait on quarterbacks. If you have an off season, we've seen it with Nick Foles twice, right? If you have any type of off season or bad season in the eyes of this franchise that doesn't get them where they want to go, they're quick to change the face. So we'll see what happens with Jalen Hurts, but they're looking at Malik Willis heavy. They're looking at Kenny Pickett heavy. This could be a sign that they don't necessarily want to go in the same direction that they've been talking about, at least to the media as of late. We'll see what happens. I mean, I stick to my guns and say that there's really nobody in this draft that I would go out there and pick up. I don't think quarterback-wise, unless you're getting them at a good value. You know, if you can get somebody like a Sam Howell in the second round or a Malik Willis in the second round, I kind of understand the taking a risk there, right? I understand taking a shot there and letting them compete, but that's really all I'm looking at. I don't even think any of these free agents that we've been talking about or that have been talked about, or even the guys we would trade for, like there's no quarterback out there that I think would just save the Philadelphia Eagles right now. I think we're a team away. Where we continuously talk about the quarterback position like that's going to change. We could have had Russell Wilson last year. We weren't going to win the Super Bowl, in my opinion. That's my opinion. We're in a better situation because we have the cap space. We have, the capital as far as the draft goes. We have capital as far as veterans that we don't necessarily need to hold on to. And, whoever that, obviously the Brandon Brooks retirement saves us a whole bunch of money. We went to about like $45 million, right, in cap space. So you could have a whole new team by next year. So we're looking at a whole wide array of possibilities. So I don't want to kitty corner myself into just believing that Jalen Hurts is going to be that guy next year. I think we got a lot of options. Ewing says, would I look at Derek Carr? I wouldn't. I don't think that there's any quarterback out there that could really elevate us to any level, especially if you have to give up assets for him. And money to me is an asset. If you have to give up, Derek Carr is probably going to fetch something north of $20 million. And I don't want to pay a quarterback that unless he's going to get, obviously, if you're going to get somebody like an A-Rod or something like that, and you got to pay him north of $20 million, it's probably a better shot. But I feel like there's a whole bunch wrong with this team going deeper than just the face of it, just the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I've been very critical of him, but at the same time, we got to be honest. Like, this team has a lot to fix. And it does start with the quarterback. Obviously, the quarterback is a big situation, but yeah, we can't just focus on that and throw all of our chips at that. We got to look at the whole team and try and at least build the team and then let the quarterback fall where it may. I really don't feel like there's anybody that changes your fortunes as a franchise, and that's what we need. We don't need a guy that's just going to come in here and be good for a year and not win us a Super Bowl. We need somebody that's going to change the fortunes of our franchise. What's going on, Uno? What's going on, Ryan Rowe? What's going on, Chaos? So you want to build around Hurts? It's not necessarily that. It's I don't want to throw all my chips into one basket, all my eggs into one basket. I don't want to just go out there and say, let's just throw every draft pick we have and go get, a Russell Wilson. I'm not saying, I just want to be smart about it. If you're going to get a quarterback, be smart about it and understand what you're doing with it. Like if you're going to go get a quarterback in the second round, or if you're going to get a quarterback and you use all 3 first round picks and you're getting, a quarterback at number 19 or something like that, then it's a little bit different to me. I feel like it's a little bit different. You can have a guy come in at number 19 or number, 51, I think is our second round pick, and compete against Jalen Hurts. And if he loses, he still probably holds a decent value. So I don't think you lose in that situation. I know it seems weird to say that you're like kind of in a sense wasting a pick, but I don't think it's a wasted pick. I think if you can get the best out of Jalen Hurts, then it's not a wasted pick. And if he's a guy that's gonna, go up against because that's what we look at him as. That's the thing. Like, we don't look at him and say he's a great player when it comes to passing the ball. He's a great athlete. He can run his butt off, right? Don't get me wrong. But we look at him and say his leadership, his, personality, how he leads a team and everything, and how he just faces, controversy and everything. So, all right, this is going to be a little bit of controversy. We're going to bring in somebody that can push you, that can either make you a better quarterback or take you from being the quarterback, and see how you deal with it. And if he's that good at, dealing with controversy, then we'll see what happens. Otherwise, we got to move on. There's no next level here. Like we can talk about when he got, displaced in Alabama. We can talk about that, right? We can talk about when he got benched. But at the same time, that was him moving on because he had another level, right? He knew he had to go on to the next year. He knew he had to go on to the NFL. Here, I mean, this is it, man. This is it, bro. You're here now. Like, you have to make it work, in my opinion. If he asked to get traded, where is he going to go? What value does he realistically have? Who's going to be knocking down our door? So us as a franchise have the upper hand here. I don't mean to say it like that we're playing them, but at the end of the day, I want to win. I want to win football games. That's that's how I feel. I like Jalen Hurts and everything, but if he's not going to be the guy, then we got to figure out what we're doing. What's going on, Michi? What's going on? Can we get Jair Alexander, cornerback, in free agency? If he doesn't re-sign, I would love to take a swing at him. That would be interesting. I doubt that we would, if I'm being 100% honest, just because we have so much money tied up in that secondary already, depending on what we do with Steven Nelson, especially. He's going to probably want more money, if not at least a longer contract. I feel the same way. Build the team for the long-term success. Exactly. I'm not trying to we're not a quarterback away. I could see if in 2017, after that year, we said, look, Wentz just isn't it, that would have been your time to go get yourself, you know what I'm saying, 2-3 year bridge quarterback that you feel like you can win a Super Bowl with because you still had talent. But we didn't do that. We kind of, we stretched it out, and we are where we are. So now it's more about turning that page. It's more about getting the next quarterback that's going to lead you for 10 to 15 years. So I don't want to be in that same, even though obviously, there's franchises that have been in it for far longer than we have, but I don't want to be in that same purgatory where you have a guy like Sam Bradford coming in, you have a guy like Michael Vick coming in and out, you have a guy like Kevin Cobb coming in, and like the list goes on. Nick Foles, obviously, for a while. You have so many guys coming in and out that you're not even giving these top guys chances to develop and guys chances to grow in the system. Obviously, a lot of those guys were, failures, or they fizzled out in the NFL. But we didn't even give guys chances. So I just want to find somebody that's going to be that guy for us, our next McNabb. I know that's a tall order. That's a tall ask, but it is what it is. If Garoppolo wants to come to Philly, would you do the trade? No. I mean, what's the trade? I guess. What's the trade? Are we getting a first round pick out of it? Because I'm not taking on his contract after what he just did in the playoffs. Like he was by far the worst quarterback in that playoffs. And I'm talking about wild cards and everything. He was by far, in my opinion, the worst quarterback. I mean, I guess you can say Hurts. So maybe he's right above Hurts. I don't know if I'm paying for that. I don't know if I'm giving up draft assets and paying money for that. So I definitely would not. And it's, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't. Personally, I wouldn't. That's all I really got to say. What's going on, Drew Johnson? Yeah, we outside with it. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. And this is not even my camera. This is just the actual, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know what it's called. See, I'm old, y'all. I'm old. Webcam. There we go. I got it. But yeah, I don't know. Who do you pick at 15 and 16? Linderbaum, Lloyd, Dean, or Sauce? I mean, if I'm having to pick out of those people exactly, I would probably go Linderbaum, And I'll probably go Lindenbaum just because I don't think he'll go further than that. And I know we really want to center either, even though I've been seeing a lot of guys, a lot of offensive linemen switching up positions, a lot of versatility. If you follow me on Twitter, like I said on there, versatility is key in this draft. This is one of the more versatile drafts, in my opinion, in a while. So if I had to pick between those, I would say Lindenbaum and Lloyd for now. But I might say Lindenbaum and Sauce, depending on how the workouts go, because Lloyd seems like a guy that might fall further than a Sauce would. I like Nakobe Dean, but I'm not as high on Nakobe Dean for our team and our situation as a lot of people are, and that's cool, you know. And I'm still learning about him. Don't get me wrong, I'm still learning about both of them. So no opinions are final. That's my. What's going on, Bryce? What's going on? Will we go after Wilson? To be honest, I don't know if we'll go after Wilson. I really don't know. If we do, I think that's setting our franchise back, if I'm being 100% honest. Unless you win a Super Bowl, that's dope. But I don't want to be a naysayer. You know, hopefully he can come in here and do it, but I just don't think he would. I don't think that this team is anywhere close to as good. And it obviously depends on what that trade is structured like, because we all hear 3 first rounds and we think, you know, all 3 this year. If they can structure it that it's 1 this year, 1 next year, 1 the following year, or something like that, we can, knowing us, we'll recoup those first round picks and it doesn't hurt as much. So if you're telling me it's something like that, and all we're really eating is like 1 first round pick this year and his cap salary, I mean, it's hard for me to be foolish and say that wouldn't be smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I would be okay with that. But at the same time, it depends on what we got to give up for him. And I just don't want to set this franchise back. We have a very, very unique opportunity to build a team right now. We got to take that. We not only have 3 first round picks, we have like 6 in the first 4 rounds or something like that. Like, you know, that's real. That's real right there. That's something you gotta take advantage of that. Whether it's trading back and getting more assets for the following years, or whether it's getting talent at those spots, you got to take advantage of that opportunity you have right now. I'm worried more about Gannon still being the DC. His passive scheme pissed me off. Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going anywhere. So, I mean, if it was nice while it lasted, hopefully he changes up. I mean, hopefully he changes up. I think that it's a year, you know, in he was able to self scout. You know, hopefully we'll be able to give him better, you know, players to. And no offense to the guys we have, but we'll be able to give him younger, faster players at the positions that he needs. So hopefully that helps him. If not, looks like we'll be looking for a DC next year. I mean, it is what it is. He's gonna have no excuse after next year. So if that's what's holding on to him here, is that he doesn't have the players this year, we should be able to take advantage, or take care of that, I should say. To be honest, I see Hurts does have some trade value. What is it? I need to know what his. I mean, maybe like a 4th or a 3rd, maybe, maybe. That's stretching it. I can't think of a team, maybe like a Houston Texans, but they got picks that they could go get themselves a quarterback. You know, like the Jaguars don't need a quarterback no more. A lot of teams got quarterbacks now. That's what people got to understand. Do you think Seattle's going to want to take? I mean, maybe just for the money wise, they would trade, you know, Jalen Hurts for Russell Wilson, but I don't know. I don't think that means that he has value. I just think that situational, you know, value is there. I don't think it hurts himself having the value. What's going on, Uno? He says, yo, Joe, the more I think about it, the more I think we should go after Melvin Gordon in free agency. He can play the role Jordan Howard played for us, but way better, over 900 yards and 9 touchdowns for Broncos. That's a good point. That's a good point. He was out there chugging in Denver. That's a really good point. I wonder how much he would cost. The only knock on Dean is his height. Yeah, he's got like them. He's got short arms. It is what it is. Like at the end of the day, I'm not even saying like he's far on my list. I just like Dean personally over. I mean, excuse me. I like Devin Lloyd over Nakobe Dean just right now, just personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying talent wise he's that far from. If anything, I would say just explosive talent, like freakish athleticism, I would give to Nakobe Dean. But like I said, I personally like what Devin Lloyd is. I think he's a little bit more well-rounded. That's really my only thing. Just know this: if we trade QB, Hurts isn't a package deal. Maybe, maybe not. Imagine you could do that. Imagine you could pull that off. Imagine you could pull off a trade without Jalen Hurts having to be a part of that trade. That would be a win trade. That would be a winning trade. It should be called the Trash Can Show with a picture of Howie. I feel that. I respect that. The only knock on Adidas I would trade for the 19th pick for a first next year just in case Hurts isn't the one. Depends on who's knocking on your door, and what situation they're in. I'm not just going to trade it just to trade it. You know what I'm saying? I think you have to really give me some good value. But I agree. I think one of these picks are going to move. I definitely think one of these picks are going to move. I say the Titans. You think the Titans would take Jalen Hurts? I don't think the Titans would take Jalen Hurts. I could be wrong, though. I could be 100% wrong. And I mean, look, Jalen Hurts can get better. Jalen Hurts is only 23, right? Jalen Hurts is still very young. It's just does Howie have the patience? I don't think that he's showing the patience right now. He's out there scouting Kenny Pickett and stuff, so I don't know if he has the patience. What's going on, Daniel? Yeah, it's nice. It's nice outside. It's nice outside. How you doing? Titans, they have a quarterback that ain't gonna win the Super Bowl. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe he himself, maybe, but he's had great passing games. He got them to the playoffs with the first seed without Derrick Henry for most of that year. So I know they had a good defense and everything, but should we pick up Howe in the second round? Could you imagine if Howie picks him up? That's the same round as Hurts. That's the only round I could see us picking up a quarterback. If somebody like Sam Howe, and I forget who I was, maybe I said it on this live. I don't know. Who knows? But I was talking to somebody earlier. If Sam Howe, if Malik Willis somehow, or if one of these quarterbacks falls to the second round, or even to our 19th pick, I really could see Howie Roseman just pulling the trigger. And at that point, you can't be that upset with him. If he's able to, if in the first 3 picks, right, he gets you, whoever you like at linebacker, whether it be Dean or Lloyd, he gets you a solid number 1 linebacker. He gets you a solid cornerback like a Gardner. And then he picks up Kenny Pickett. Like, I don't know if I'm really that upset about that. And then the second round, he figures something else out, whether he wants the offensive lineman, whether he wants this or that. I don't know. I know I'm probably in the minority here, but I say give him some freaking competition because he hasn't shown us anything. We just kind of handed him this team. So I say give him some competition, some realistic competition, because worst case scenario, we're waiting next year to realize that we don't have that guy, right? And then we have way less ammunition to move forward with. So I feel like this is a chance to get you that guy. If you feel like one of these guys is that guy, and I see that he's obviously, got his eyes on them. So if you're willing to sit there and see if these guys are those guys, if you like Kenny Pickett that much, go ahead and grab him. It is what it is. Just make sure you build the team, because at one pick isn't going to kill us. One pick isn't going to kill us. And I really do feel like the defense in this draft is that strong. So that's where I'm at right now. He says, I hate Howie, period. Yeah, I can feel that. I feel Hurts should be our quarterback too. I feel like he needs to earn that spot. Who has he beat? Has he beat Gardner Minshew? Not really, because we brought him in late. Joe Flacco was never going to be a quarterback for this football team. Not in our. We did the best that we could do with him, and that's trade him for a higher pick than we gave up for him. That was the best thing we could do. Minshew isn't competition, because by the time Minshew came in, it was already Jalen Hurts' team. And he was already captain by the time Minshew came to the team. So I mean, like, who did he have to? And I'm not saying that he's terrible and he has to go out there and prove everything. I'm saying that he should have some competition, because at the end of the day, we have to find the best guy for the job, and we haven't gave him any competition. We gave Nick Foles competition. We gave Nick Foles competition after he gave us one of a historic year, right? He gave us a historic year when it came to touchdowns versus interceptions. We went ahead and gave him competition with another quarterback. So I mean, we've done it before. Why is Jalen Hurts any different? He's not drafted high like Donovan McNabb was. That's the only time that I understand you being like, nah, we got to see this guy out and make sure he's not the guy. We got him in the second round to be a backup. Like, why does that change now because he started for a year? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand when wins became a quarterback stat. I never understood that. Like, it's not a quarterback stat. We always say that losses are on the team, right? Whenever he plays bad, we need to fix the team. We need to fix the team. Well, hey, us getting to the playoffs wasn't all on Jalen. Jalen had some good games. Jalen made some cool plays and everything, but overall, was he enough? Nah, I don't think. Do you really think that Minshew? Well, looking forward, okay, Drew. Looking forward, I could see you saying that Minshew could be that guy that gives him that competition. But do we really think that Minshew's a franchise guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, we're asking you to be better than a backup. Like, I don't. I want my quarterback to be a franchise guy, and we have the assets right now. In 2 years, we're not going to have these assets. In 2 years, if we figure out that Jalen Hurts isn't that guy, then he's going to have no value as a quarterback, as a trade piece. Excuse me. So, I mean, why are we waiting? Why not? Why not? Put yourself in a position that you can choose the best player. It's been done before. It's been done before. It's not like it's a foreign concept. Do you see a running back this year's draft to go after? I've seen a couple guys. I would have to bring back up my notes. But I've seen a couple guys. Obviously, the guy that a lot of people are all in love with now is James Cook because of his brother. But I've seen a couple dudes. I'm trying to remember. Oh boy, I saw that was a thumper. Holmes was a thumper. Let me hold on. Let me look it up. I got you. And somebody on Instagram said that they didn't like Travis Jones. Y'all wildin'. If you're watching this, I need you to explain yourself because I didn't like that take. I didn't like that take. Jerome Ford. I got Jerome Ford like late, late, late in the draft. I got Jerome Ford dumb late in the draft. And he reminds me of a dude that can be what, even Uno was saying that we could get from a Melvin Gordon. He could be that between the tackles guy that can be a thumper. So I like that guy. I like him. But I don't see like a early guy. I don't see us going early with a running back. Maybe they do, but I just don't see it this year. I don't think this is the draft we needed. Minshew is no franchise guy. Minshew is a quarterback three. I don't think he's a QB three. I think he's a good backup. You know what I'm saying? If you asked me who would you rather have as a backup, Minshew or Jalen Hurts, if we got somebody like a all right, so there's two parts to that answer. I would say that Jalen Hurts would probably give you more of an option in the future if you're able to keep him behind Russell Wilson and kind of develop him behind him. But if you're asking me who I trust more to go into a game and win us a game off the rip, it would probably be Gardner Minshew. If I'm being 100% honest, I think that Gardner Minshew would be able to keep a good offense going better than a Jalen Hurts would. I think that Jalen Hurts would have to have the offense kind of molded to what he does well. So that's what I'm saying. I think that they could both be good quarterbacks in this league. It's just you got to do different things for them. Jalen Hurts will develop competition building and then take. Yeah, I mean, I really do feel like he just needs competition. I really do. Or he needs a guy that's just gonna 1,000% put his mind into him, like we had with Chase Daniels. Was it Chase Daniels, the dude that we paid from the Kansas City Chiefs that basically was a coach on the field? We were paying him like $10 million. But like, you know what I'm saying? If we get a guy like that we're just paying him to help our quarterback develop, then I can see something happening. But like, if we're just going the way that we're going, we have a wide receiver centric coaching staff as far as the head coach goes, right? That was his calling card, was wide receivers. If you look at these coaches on the offensive front, a lot of them were known because they had good offensive or good wide receivers. So where does that leave Jalen Hurts? Who's developing Jalen Hurts? Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson's the guy out here developing Jalen Hurts. What has Brian Johnson realistically done? And I'm not trying to say that to slight him. I know that he's getting calls about being an offensive coordinator, but I just don't know. I don't know if that's enough. And that, again, that's no slight to Brian Johnson, but one person, and I know that Nick Sirianni probably talks to him, but how much? How much of that really connects? Like, we don't have guys. that are all around the quarterback like we used to, like we did with even Carson Wentz. So I don't know. I don't know. I think that we need to either go all in on Jalen Hurts and his development, or we need to find a quarterback. And this is the year to do it, or find a competition that makes you feel comfortable about whoever wins. If you're like, oh, well, Kenny Pickett just fell to us in the second round, let me pick him up, because honestly, if Jalen Hurts beats him, I feel comfortable with that. If Jalen Hurts lose, this guy might be something real. So you find value. It's all about finding value. So I don't know. It's been a while. I haven't talked about Jalen Hurts. Kennedy Brooks from Oklahoma. I'm gonna have to look him up. There's a lot of good players in this draft. There really is. And I just started really, really like diving into draft stuff lately. So I don't want to sit here and make a crazy, statement. But I feel like this is one of the deepest drafts I've seen defensively in a while. And in a while. Like, this is a very deep defense. I'm not saying that there's like that top end talent, but I feel like there's talent throughout this draft especially at the defense. So much versatility, so many big guys that can move like they're little. Like, it's crazy. This is going to be a fun year of the draft. When will I start to do the 2022 mock draft simulator? Well, I've been doing some, but I haven't done them live. I'll probably do some in a couple days, maybe, or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I just wanted to come on and talk that talk. Y'all know I never come on this early, but you know what I'm saying? I felt like I had to. I felt like I missed y'all, so I wanted to come say hi. No, I'm just messing with y'all. But no, it's been a minute, so I just wanted to make sure I come say hi. But yeah, I am going to be doing some more videos, get some more stuff out. Like I said, I'm going to get the studio back up and running. We're going to get the green screen going back up again. Shout out to everybody that woke up and started their day with me. I appreciate y'all. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. I know what it is. It really is a family. You know what I'm saying? Because I wake y'all up at like 10:30. Like, wake up. We about to talk about the Eagles. But y'all know what it is, man. It's Fly Eagles Fly. And we are out here. Peace!
G Scott with the Philadelphia
John
Eagles.
Dornbos here, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, we're just the Philadelphia Eagles.
Follow my guy Joe Castro on his YouTube/podcast channel.
Let's give a shout out to the Philly podcast.
And shout out Philly, and my guy Joe Castro. So keep on doing great things, guys. Fly Eagles Fly.
Fly Eagles Fly.
Go Birds.